If you're in a side dish rut, this one is for you. This is bacon, blue cheese, cauliflower, au gratin. They're not to love there.
I feel like this could take your side dish and put it to your main dish.
Nailed it. Does that not look exceptional?
It's bubbling. It looks like mac and cheese. It's giving off mac and cheese vibes.
It's like a somewhat, I don't want to say healthier. You're not looking at this and thinking healthier. It's not healthier mac and cheese, but it's in the mac and cheese territory.
It's lower carb.
True. It's no carb. Actually, no, there's carbs.
I'm seeing some breadcrumbs on the top. Don't try to give me no carb, man.
Okay, so this all starts with a little bacon hack that I want to share with you.
Okay.
If you're looking to make bacon flat that is perfect for sandwiches, pitas, wraps, things like that, you want to make your bacon on a cookie sheet.
Mm-hmm. Instead of in a pan, you mean where it all crunkles up?
Yes, that's for some reason to me, making bacon in a pan, that's like an old school vibe. It's smelling like breakfast. This is like if you're making bacon and wanting to actually use it in things, not just eat it with like eggs.
This is like a diner thing too. This is very like where you want that when you go to a diner and the bacon is flat and it's not all curled up. Mm-hmm. I like that. That. Good tip.
It's a pro tip, pro hack, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so you put it into an oven. I need to emphasize here, set a timer.
What temperature?
Okay, so I put it in at 400 degrees and it's in there for around, I like my bacon crispy. It's in there for around 12 to 15 minutes, but obviously cook it to your preference, but set a timer because it can go from perfect to burnt very quickly.
Yeah, and that's not, I hate that like burnt bacon flavor.
Okay, so moving on to the cauliflower. This is how I prepare my cauliflower. I don't want the stem in there, okay? I don't want the stalk, the stem. This is how I get it off. And you know how people are always like, cauliflower, you cut it, it's a mess. No, it's not.
The people that say that must be just like going right through the top and then you get all the florets everywhere.
Yes, or like the little tiny little bits. I like to take it in stages and break it down slowly and break it down in a way that there's not little bits everywhere.
Now, did you take that stump and put it in your stock bag?
I certainly did.
Okay, I thought I got you there.
No, excuse me? We're both the queens of stock bags. Okay?
I was like, my stock bag's more advanced than
I
yours.
want a t-shirt that says Queen of Stock Bags. No, never mind. That's gross. That's neither here nor there.
That sounds like something else.
Okay, so you're just going to break down your cauliflower to roughly this size here, okay? And what we're going to do is parboil. We're going to be cooking this side dish in a cast iron pan, but I like to parboil my cauliflower because just throwing it right in the pan, it's not going to cook properly. I want it to be like somewhat cooked, somewhat not as it enters the pan.
Yes, if you have cooked cauliflower before on the grill and you don't give it a quick parboil first, it's just going to it's dry right now. It's going to go from dry to drier. You need to inject some moisture in there.
Exactly. Now we're moving on to our blue cheese. If you don't like blue cheese, pause the video, get out, don't watch it because this is loaded with blue cheese, okay? I still don't get how it's 2023 and some people don't like blue cheese.
Fine, blue cheese is incredible.
It is wild, okay? It is one of the most flavorful cheeses. I am obsessed with it, and I have to like give it a little taste test every time I'm diving into it.
Me too. To me, blue cheese, I'm on the side of the stinkier the better. If it's smelling like gym socks, on there.
Okay. Yes, and gross. Really, really gross. Okay, so what I want to do here is reserve half of it to crumble over the top, and then half of it, okay, look. See, you gotta go in there. You gotta go in
there.
It matches
right off
your
the
shirt.
Knife.
It does!
That's your blue cheese shirt.
Okay, so half of it is going into, we're gonna be making a creamy sauce, and half I wanna crumble on the top because you wanna see what's going on in there.
Yes.
Okay, so now this is where we're parboiling the cauliflower. Give it a 4-minute boil. And then in order to stop the cauliflower from continuing to cook, you just want to throw it in an ice bath.
Ooh.
Okay, so
I like that.
Yeah, because if you don't do that, it will just continue to get soggier and soggier and soggier.
Yeah.
This is perfectly cooked right now. Okay, like it's not fully cooked because it's going into the grill after, but it's perfectly where we want it. Add your ice, add water. Let's move on to the sauce. So now we're making our cream sauce. Again, I am not even for a second trying to say that this is a healthier option.
But you did for a second
I
in the
was
beginning.
going to.
You went down there and you quickly backed out.
Because for some reason people think like if it doesn't have carbs, it's light.
I know.
This is bacon, blue cheese, and a lot of butter in here and a lot of cream. This ain't light.
No, it's certainly not. And I love that you are using the whole blue cheese block, because blue cheese to me is like sesame oil. People are like, oh, you can really overdo it. I definitely think you cannot overdo it with either of those two things.
I've never put an open thing of blue cheese back into the fridge. It always is going into the entire recipe.
Yes, agreed.
Now, I went in with heavy cream here. Oh no, this is half and half, but that's still not a light option.
By no means.
Okay, so we're making a bechamel, a roux. There's your jarred garlic. It's got to happen every single video. Just don't look. It's happening.
Ew, it's gross.
And boy, did I use a lot. This is
I can see.
Because I think cauliflower needs it. Cauliflower is one of those veg. Once you boil it, once you parboil it, it needs a lot of flavor. Okay,
it tastes like nothing.
Exactly. We added some barbecue rub in there because you guys know we always need to add barbecue rub in basically every single recipe that we do. And then look at that sauce. Does that not look at? That's the perfect thickness, perfect consistency.
And it will continue to reduce down in the grill too. So I like that you did leave it on like a slight runnier side, because otherwise it would just be like a hard mass.
Exactly. So now we're going hot and heavy with the blue cheese in there. We've taken it off the heat. Now we're putting the blue cheese in there. And again, half of it is being reserved for after to put on the top. I'm not gonna lie, I ate a lot of it going into this recipe.
I'm not surprised.
You're telling me you can get in there with cheese and not get in there?
That's why I don't make things with blue cheese anymore, because I would have to get in there, and I can't get in there.
You have to. When you're crumbling, you gotta get. Does that not look so good?
It looks incredible.
That could be a delicious sauce for a mac and cheese.
Or a dip.
Yeah.
Well, I want to dip
a
stuff
hot
in
dip,
there. Yes.
That would be really good in there. Even just that
chips.
alone is like, ooh.
Oh, I want to dip some chips in there.
Okay, so now we're getting to the building part. Not gonna lie to you guys, I was blowing my own mind with this. Okay, it smelled incredible, and you know when a recipe's coming together, and like sometimes a recipe you're like, it's like kind of there, it's kind of there. This one, every step of the way, I'm like, this is there.
It looks incredible, and I love that you're using the cast iron, because you cannot replicate that crusty exterior in a grill pan.
100%. If you don't own a cast iron pan, don't make this recipe. Go get yourself a cast iron pan and then make this recipe, because it just ain't gonna be the same.
No, it's not.
So we started with a layer of sauce along the bottom. We're basically sandwiching the sauce in the cauliflower on the middle, okay? Because if you just put it on the top, it's not the same.
No, you'd have to stir it up and get it all around.
Yeah, so just eyeball it, just drape it around there. Try not to eat all of it as you're doing this.
Yeah, I'd be getting that spoon and just... That looks really good.
Yeah, it was insane. The entire time I was just like, this is so good.
Oh, and we're going in with the bacon.
Look at this perfectly cooked bacon.
Did you want dinner after this? You're eating quite a few of the ingredients.
Surprisingly, I still wanted this so bad after.
Well, because who can deny that combination?
And again, not saying that this is a light option, because there is a lot of bacon on here, okay? And look at can we just talk about how perfect that bacon is, because it has been cooked on the cookie sheet.
What's this?
Those are those are bits of bread that have been broken up. I don't know about you, but when I have bacon fat around, it pains me to throw it out. So
we're staying light here.
I was like, let's get those breadcrumbs, and then also I have some cornmeal in here, because this is also a gluten-free option. So those are gluten-free bread bits. I was like, let's get them into the bacon fat so we can absorb the bacon fat.
Okay. Okay, so just make sure to eat a smoothie tomorrow, guys, if you're going to make this. Just balance it off.
It's all about balance.
Yeah.
It's all eat your yogurt the next day, okay? So then your bacon-soaked breadcrumbs and the cornmeal is going to go on the top. Now, this is where you would typically add, breadcrumbs, but I wanted to keep it gluten-free, so cornmeal has been, like, my best friend lately.
And I feel like that, regardless of if you are gluten-free or not, that would offer just such a nice textural component.
And flavor. Cornmeal tastes delectable.
Yes.
I'm obsessed with it. And then here, we're going in with the reserved cheese. Does that not look so good? It's not the same if you don't put the cheese on the top, because you want to see that there's blue cheese in this.
And for those of you who are like, I hate blue cheese, so it's too funky for me, if you just give it a chance.
It's too funky.
In a dish like this, it melds with the other ingredients and it's not that funky. You're not having it on its own. You're not having it on a cracker. So in a dish like this, it just offers a really strong richness that other cheese just cannot compete with.
Don't you agree the bacon pairs perfectly with it?
Yes.
If you don't like blue cheese, the bacon might get you there. It might get you to become a fan of it because they are literally like such a perfect culinary combination.
It totally is.
Okay, so you can see every little last bit. I'm like, we're not wasting anything here. And again, not wasting anything here. Look what is about to happen. I'm like, I don't even need to wash my hands after this. We're good to go after licking those fingers dry.
Did you know you were still on at this point? You're just like really getting to town here.
Look at it. Does that not look incrable? So
that
this is
looks so
before
good.
it hits the grill. And again,
what are you doing with this bacon?
We
Put that
have
away.
more bacon fat. Let's just drip it onto the top.
My poor heart is just feeling this recipe.
I just can't throw away bacon fat. That hurts my heart to throw it away. So it all went in there. You didn't need to worry about anything sticking to that pan.
Clearly.
See, look at my face. I was like, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, she knows it's gonna be a winner.
Okay, so then we're heading out to the grill. I'm using the Weber Kettle here because I've mentioned this before in one of our other videos. That cast iron pan, because it has the long handle, it doesn't fit on my smaller grills. Mm-hmm. So it does fit onto the Weber Kettle. So I'm like, let's go with the Weber Kettle.
Nice.
We're using lump charcoal because lump charcoal is going to give this dish such a delicious flavor. Please, please, please make it on a charcoal grill. It's not going to taste the same as if you were making it on a gas grill.
And for those of you who I can already hear in the comments being like, why are you using a chimney for lump? We like to do that sometimes. It still is quicker.
You can't pry me away from my chimney.
Yeah, like people will be like lighter cubes. If you're using lump, get one of like a Luft lighter or something like that. Fine.
I have one.
Those all work too. No one is arguing with that. But we like chimneys. We're chimney girls. Leave us alone. Sorry, mind your business.
That's a mic drop moment.
Well, my God.
It's true. I'm sorry. I love the chimney. It's easy. You said it. You go back inside especially.
Can you not hear people though?
I can hear people. I see you.
The
I
trolls.
hear you.
I know it's
Leave
coming.
us alone, okay? We love the chimney. Okay, so get your grill preheated. We are not low and slow smoking this. We want a hot, hot grill because it's basically just going in there to crisp everything up. That bacon fat has soaked into everything. It's going to crisp up the cornmeal. It's going to crisp up the bacon or the bread bits. Mm-hmm. And it's going to continue just slightly cooking the cauliflower a touch more. But now you can see here why you want to do a parboil.
Yes. And like you said, then you have control over the smoke flavor is going to get into the dish, but you're not relying on it to cook the dish.
Exactly. Because this is only 35 minutes later. We're basically just crisping everything through. Oh. I will tell you guys, it smelled crazy back there.
Oh, I could totally tell.
It was smelling absolutely insanely delectable. And like, look at those. That's why you use the cast iron. Look at those brown bits along the side.
That's a wafter. That's what I call a wafter. You make something like that in the backyard, everybody knows what's going on.
Mm-hmm. It's so true.
That looks so good, honey.
Okay, so I went in right for a bite, straight from the pan. It was scalding. I had to give it a little bit of a blow.
You didn't care, though.
But it was so good. The bacon with the blue cheese, with the cauliflower. The cauliflower, if you're like, was that mushy? No, it's not mushy. It's perfectly cooked. It has like a fork tender texture to it. And the breadcrumbs, do what I do. Use the bacon fat because the breadcrumbs tasted so delicious. They were rich, they were crisp, they were crunchy. You need them in there.
That looks absolutely spectacular. That could go for like a summer barbecue side. That could go for nice and cozy in the wintertime. That's a real winner, honey.
It was. I served it with a steak on the side, so it was just like heavy, heavy, heavy foods.
This needs to come with an angioplasty.
There were some green beans on the side too. That gets you there.
You saved it.